Hi everybody, we're back. Part 3. Boy, I look like I've been dragged backwards through a keyhole. Been a busy day. Bathed my dog, big 80-pound golden retriever. He enjoys a bath, but it's a lot of work. So here I am. I'm wearing the same shirt I wore yesterday because I knew I was going to bath the dog. So don't judge. Anyway, we are going to be working on this beautiful girl. You can see I have done nothing. Everything is still the same. That's how that dried. And after, when we get ready to do the final stages, I will, like I said, drip some blood off of it, and I'll put a gloss coat on so that it looks, oozy and gross. And I'm not happy with how the bruise turned out. I think my flesh tone was a little bit too thick. So we're going to touch that up. But I figure since we're going to be doing a zombie, I'm going to use something called Chroma Crackle to make the demented derma technique. And what you do is, it's a form of crackle, and it makes a really cool, almost like a circular crackle pattern instead of the typical straight up and down type crackles. What you do with it is you put it on, and then you use the heat gun and you dry it. And as it dries, it kind of bubbles up and makes this like almost a scaly and warty looking effect. It's pretty cool. This stuff is not cheap. And it's not hard. It's not easy to find. I had to go to, I want to say I went to Dick Blick to get this. I know that Dick Blick sells it online. So does Jerry's Artorama. Michael's does not sell this. Neither does Joann's. So, the other crackles will not do this technique. So, I'm just going to pour it into a little cup. And you use a palette knife or a scoop of some sort. So, this is what we're doing. Doesn't take a whole lot. I mean, it would. If you were going to do the whole body, it would take a whole lot. Because you got to use kind of a lot of it. So I'm using this chisel tool. And again, it's kind of a soft rubber type tool. And I figured we will do some on the face. And it will dry white. So we're going to have to go back over again with some color, but that's okay. I mean, why not? So let me angle this down a little bit so you don't have to look at you get that stunning view of my wattle neck. Because I know everybody comes here just for that. Okay. So we put it on, and what you want to do is you want to get it gloppy. It's got to be like, and this stuff really does look like snot. I don't get something in my teeth. I do. Lovely. I had spaghetti for dinner. People coming in and out of my house all day, all night. Nobody said a word to me. It's good to be loved. All right. So you put it on and you get it nice and gloppy. And you can just leave it to dry as normal, but this stuff takes days to dry. We're not talking, put it on and let it sit overnight like the clay. No, this stuff takes days to dry. It's a bit of labor intensive because after you hit it with the heat gun and you dry it really well, you have to then seal it with the matte sealer. So it's kind of a pain in the butt to work with, but the effect is so cool. I mean, why wouldn't you do that? So, all right, I'm going to throw that in my bucket of water, and I'm going to get my obnoxious loud heat gun, and I keep putting my foot on the cord, and I don't know why. Oh, well. All right, ready? spot for quite a while to let it get good and cooked. And I know the lighting is really crappy. I apologize. Can you see what it's doing? And you got to get it completely dry, because like I said, if you don't, you got to wait days for it to finish drying, and it's such a pain in the butt. I think I was a little bit too close. Okay. All right. So that's what it looks like when it's almost completely dry. It's still not like that spot right there. I need to hit that spot again. But these big pockety ones are totally dry. And I just picked one off. But, oops, see? Well, poop. I guess probably I shouldn't poke at it until I've sealed it. Alright, so that's what it looks like when it's all dry. It makes a nice zombie skin, don't you think? Okay, so let me wipe off my brush. We still have a bunch in the thing, and I'll continue glopping it on, and we'll continue heating it up. Maybe, let's see, how about right here on her head? Can you see that? What it looks like? It's kind of a yellow pussy color all by itself. If I could get a fluid that looked like this and dried like this, I'd be a happy camper. Let's see. We might end up doing the whole face. Maybe. But this is just one kind of crackle. I have a crackle that goes on clear and actually dries clear, and then you put a coat of paint over top of it, like dry brush it. And then I have a kind of crackle that's like, looks like a white paste. And I gotta say, the clear crackle is my least favorite. Isn't this riveting? Sitting here watching paint dry. Oh, goodness. So what are you guys up to? Anything interesting? Not me. Bath and dogs and cooking dinner. Pretty much it. I lead a riveting life. I mean, don't hate me because you ain't me. Everybody wants to be me. And you see when I shade it, that's what it looks like. This light is probably horrible, but I have to have some light, and I think that one's preferable over the other one. So, you know, we're in a make it work moment, as Tim Gunn would say. This is taking forever. Oh. Oh my goodness. This is taking as long as Trump's hairspray to dry. Well, we're almost there though, I swear. Where you glop it on pretty thick, it does take a little bit longer to dry, but it is worth it. I do like the texture that it gives, especially for like a zombie. My little doll, Larry. If you go on my Etsy shop and look at Larry, he was the little boy that was left in the swamp. And he looks like he's part reptile. He has this texture. And I think we're good. Okay, so this is where we're at. This looks pretty cool, don't she? I almost like her just like that. No, that's not enough. We're going to put more on. Except what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to finish applying this and then come back, because you guys don't need to sit there and watch 10 minutes worth of me aiming this heat gun at it. You've already watched 10 minutes worth. I'm not going to put you through 10 more. So I'll be right back. Okay, I went ahead and used up what I had made, and I covered more of her face. Oh, and I tinted it. I just dipped the tip of that black rubber thing into two different color paints, that dark green that we used before and the really bright lime green that we used before, and I mixed it together, and this is what it came with. You're allowed to tint this. You're just not allowed to tint it a lot. It's got to be very light amounts, otherwise it won't set up right. But here's his arm, her arm. Here's the other arm. This piece I don't think is going to end up making it, because it looks like it's ready to pop off. But we still have to seal it. Now once I seal it, that's going to end up being the end for tonight, because that's got to completely dry like overnight, because this stuff will make it take a lot longer to dry. But can you see how like squishy that is? That's why you got to seal it. Otherwise that's just going to pick right off. So I think it looks pretty cool. I mean, it looks pretty cool. And I got to tell you guys, as I'm doing it, I was like, where in the hell is that smoke coming from? I thought my machine was burning up. Turns out the glue inside the doll's head was smoking from how hot I was getting this to burn this. I thought I was going to die. I thought, oh shit, what am I burning down? Nothing. It's all good. It's all good. No more panic mode. We're okay. So again, we're using the Liquitex matte medium to just do a quick brush over. Now it might smear the watercolor around a little bit, but if I try to make it quick, we should be all right. So I'm going to use a big brush. This is a flat 3/4 inch brush. That's what the side says. And I'm just going to wet my brush first. I'm remembering. Alrighty. Dabbing off all the water. I'm going to go right into the bottle and just get a generous amount. And go right, you can't see, right to the doll. And because there's so many nooks and crannies, it is probably going to take more, not probably, it is going to take more than, okay, can you see all the stuff coming off? That's okay, that's to be expected. And this stuff will turn back to what looks like a clear color. I gotta try to get some of that off. I don't want that in my bottle. Okay. Boy, okay. I think I gotta open that other bottle up. All right. I'm not worried about them little bitty pieces. That's fine. I've got it puddled in the eye, which is no, like huge deal. But when I go to put the eyes in, it would be nice if I didn't have to pick that out first. Oh, goodness. So does anybody have any suggestions for what they'd like to see? You can even comment over on my Facebook, which is www.facebook.com/Old Crone's Twisted Orphanage. I'll put the link in the box below. If you like what you're seeing so far, hit subscribe. Because if you guys like, I can make this a regular thing. And I'm thinking about doing a giveaway with another group called Creatura Noctis Designs. They make some fabulous stuff. Matter of fact, I'm going to be doing some resin work for them. And if you guys would like, I can show you how that's done. But you got to let me know. If you want to see it, I am happy to film it and put it out there for you. That piece dripped back there. It's a resin video, and I can show you how I tint it and do all that. If you'd like to see it, just let me know. We might, I don't know if we're going to do clay on this doll. Do you guys want to see clay work? Because if you want to see clay work, we may have to pick a different doll. I don't know. With all of this skin texture, I don't know where we'd use the clay. Unless you have a suggestion, then I'm happy to hear it. Let me wipe my brush off a little bit. I got a lot of knobbies on it that time. It's like putting yucky stuff in my thing. And I'll forget. And the next thing I know, I'm going to use my matte medium. And I'd be like, ooh, what the hell is in my matte medium? Blah. All right. I'm just going to go ahead and coat her whole body, since it seems like as long as I do it quickly, I'm not losing too much of the watercolor pencil. But, you know, try not to spend too much time in one spot. The acrylic paint that we put on is fine. You can go all over that. That stuff is fine. It's the watercolor pencils that's trying to scrub off a little bit. But no biggie. If it comes off, we'll just put it back on. Ain't gonna worry about it. There's too many other things in life to worry about to be concentrating on something that trivial. Right? let's see. Doing the feet. Here, I'll scooch back so you can see. Tickle, tickle, tickle. My feet are so sensitive that I can't even scratch my own foot without tickling myself. And everybody thinks it's hilarious to tickle my feet. Well, I can tell you what, if you're a ticklish person in general, and I am very ticklish, it's not funny. It's torture. And if you touch my feet, I will kick you in the face. Make no bones about it. My husband found that out the hard way. He knows better now not to tickle me. Of course, we've been married for 28 years. So he damn well better know not to tickle me at this late stage. Besides, given how old I'm starting to look, he might put me in the hospital with a heart attack. Guys, I have got to get my hair cut and dyed. It's terrible. It is terrible. I'm trying to figure out what color I want to do. The last color I did, I think, was blue or green. I can't remember. But that was fun, and I want to do that again. I just have to find the time to get it done. It ain't hurting nothing, except it's all in my eyes. And when I lean down to look at stuff that I'm painting, this hair gets all in it. It's a mess. I'm a hot mess on a good day. So today is no different. You know, I have fun. It's a fun world up here. Don't you agree? She agrees. You know, theoretically. Since I hold her life in my hands, she better agree. All right. So I'm going to cut it here. We have to leave this sit overnight because the parts that we crackled is going to take forever to dry. So I'll leave it overnight. I'll come and check on it in the morning. If it's still not dry in the morning, I'll hit the heat gun on it so that you guys don't have to sit through more of that obnoxious thing. And I guess we'll go from there. If you are enjoying what you're seeing so far, please hit subscribe, hit the thumbs up, and leave me a comment and let me know. I appreciate it very, very much. Thanks. Bye.